The new romantic comedy Divorce Bait is a modern story about love and trust, and one of the film's stars is Emmy-nominated actress Vannessa Vasquez from Houston.
Well, Vasquez is back in town for the film's premiere and joins us now with more on her inspiring journey from U of H to Hollywood. Vannessa, it's so great to meet you.
Likewise, so good to finally be here with y'all.
Yeah, this is so great. Okay, before we get into the movie, because the trailer, hilarious, looks awesome. As we just alluded to, from U of H to Hollywood, seems like a simple path. It wasn't very easy, but you can do it. I mean, you're proof of this.
I mean, if I could do it, anybody can do it. And I think it's just like any job, right? You have to commit yourself, you have to be disciplined, you have to put in the work, and never, ever, ever lose faith. Like, you have to always believe, and it'll keep popping up, you know, new opportunities.
You grew up in the Richmond Sugar Land area, and then after attending U of H, we know the rest, you went to LA. You were couch surfing essentially in Hollywood. You were just sort of staying with people you didn't even know very well.
I didn't. Honestly, it all happened so fast. I just went over there. I had gotten a scholarship to study at Stella Adler, and I was like, oh my God, this is like my favorite acting school of all the people that I admire.
Legendary acting school, right across the street from where the Oscars are held.
Yes, right in Hollywood and Highland, and so I just took off. I didn't know where I was gonna live, where I was gonna work, what I was gonna do. I probably only had maybe $4,000 to my name, and I thought that was a lot. I was like, oh sure, I can get an apartment for like $500. Like, you know, I was in the Houston mindset. And so I got there and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be living with like 6 other people in one or 2 bedrooms with this money. So I got a job working as a waitress, typical, you know, acting job. And while I was attending at the university, and so yeah, I did that for a couple years until I got my break on this TV show called East Los High, which is a Hulu original series. Yeah, and I was on that for about 4 or 5 years, yeah, something like that.
And that's a big deal. You were nominated for an Emmy for that role in 2015, and I mean, this is really incredible to have the determination, and that's what you said, never give up, find that passion. And I think living here, there's so many people that we spotlight, like yourself, that do go on to live their dream, and it can happen. That's what I think is so great.
Yeah, and like you said, it wasn't easy, but you have to have a good support system, right? Like, people that believe in you. Surround yourself by people that believe in you. Maybe if it's 1 or 2 people, sometimes you won't find anyone, but you have to believe in yourself and just navigate through it, because there's so much rejection, but at the same time, you can find things to say, okay, this gave me a little bit of hope. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna find this. And, you know, I always call it searching for your yes, right? Search for your yes. Don't worry about the no's. Don't worry about the doors that close. Keep going for the doors that are gonna open for you, and like look for those, focus on those.
And the saying is that the more you hear the no, the yes is sooner to come.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Your determination is incredible, but also your level of talent really blew me away. I watched your reel online. We both watched the trailer for Divorce Bait, and the concept of this film, when I read it initially, I thought, wait a minute, what is it all about? But essentially, you post on social media that you and your husband are getting a divorce in the film, just so you can see which one of your friends will go after him.
Right, yeah, it's toxic, huh?
That's pretty messed up.
But it's a social experiment.
But it's funny though.
You know, I think I related to it a lot, because actually I got married when I was here and it didn't work out. So part of me going to LA was putting myself first and having to like navigate that post-divorce life. And so one of that I pulled from that for my character. Some of the insecurities that she had of starting over, right? Is it gonna work out this time? But I just had to exaggerate it. The director, Patrick Perez, he was so good about like, okay, we're gonna do this again, but bigger and bigger. Think Lucille Ball big, you know, and back in the days comedy, I don't wanna go small and, you know, everything. He's like, I want it to be like very in people's faces. So we had a lot of fun doing that.
And we should mention your character, Alexis, is happily married.
Yeah.
But this social experiment, I have to tell you, girl, it is so good. We were crying, we were laughing upstairs.
And it's kind of like a cringy funny too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah. And it's a what they call a raunchy romantic comedy, sort of in the vein of Bridesmaids or Girls Trip.
Yep.
So don't watch it with your kids, or I mean, unless you allow them to.
Unless they're adult children.
Unless they're adult mind, yeah.
Vannessa, congrats.
Thank you.
We got to leave it
so
there.
much.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. We're so proud of you, though.
You too.
And yeah, we can't wait to watch the whole thing. thing. Divorce Bait is out now.
Yes.
You can watch it on Google Play, Vudu, Amazon Instant Video, and iTunes. And keep this woman on your list because she is going places.
It's great to see you.
Congrats.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you so much.